I'm not quoting the Bible to prove a point. I'm quoting the Bible to disprove the Bible itself. I do believe that there are some things of truth in the Bible. And what do I judge by? As the Quran tells us, by the Quran. Meaning the Quran tells us that Allah is one, and the Bible says your Lord is one. I'm good with that, right? But when the Bible says David had raped a woman and killed her husband, I don't believe that. Because the Quran tells us that the prophets are guides. They're to be followed. If somebody raped your wife and then had you murdered, would you follow them?
I wouldn't follow that.
So how could the people of David be expected to follow David? If somebody raped your wife and impregnated her while you were out fighting a war for that king, and then made a plan to have you killed, would you follow such a person?
I wouldn't follow him, but the question is not my example.
You have read about David in the Bible though, right?
Yeah.
That he saw a woman taking a bath.
Yeah, about Sheba. Yeah.
Sheba,
Yeah.
and then he had sex with her. She was a married woman.
Yeah.
And then he called for her husband,
right,
or the Huti, right?
You're right,
and had Job send him to the front line so he can be killed because he impregnated his wife.
Yeah, that's right.
That's in the Bible, right?
That's right.
Okay. Would you follow somebody like that? Okay. Then how would the God you believe in expect the people of David to follow him?
Okay.
King David, who's called a prophet. So if he's a prophet and people are supposed to follow him, and you said you wouldn't follow him, how could your God expect the people of David to follow a prophet like that?
David.
So you think a man after God's own heart, a woman, that's not important? Wow. And killed her husband. You think that's a man after God's own heart?
I would say by that mistake, no. By that, no, definitely no.
Okay, but that's what the Bible says about David.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Right?